A significant part of the United States of America freedom and pride relies on the military. Veterans are very well respected by the society due to the service and compromise with the country. In today's episode, we present Alfredo's story, the before, during, and after military life, but most importantly, how he was able to find the healing for the scars caused by the war. My name is Gabriel, and you are listening to the Art of Listening podcast. With all my respect and admiration to the military, I hope you enjoy. The Art of Listening podcast. The human body, it's an almost perfect machine. It has the ability to heal by itself under a great number of circumstances. It can regenerate tissues, heal broken bones. It can even create antibodies that attack any external agent causing trouble inside. But how about the scars in the soul? How to heal a broken heart? Or how to deal with the loss of a loved one? Could we train the mind so it becomes immune to this type of pain? What happens, for example, with military training? Are they perhaps immune to physical and emotional pain? Alfredo was born in New Jersey, United States. Son of Colombian immigrants. As a kid, he loved traveling around town with his siblings. He had a natural talent to play soccer and baseball. When he was 23 years old, he moved to Manhattan to live with his brother, who at the time was a male model for exclusive clothing brands. It was there when he started working for Exposure Multi-Musical Review, and he was a lead guitar for a rock band. Shortly after, they were already traveling all around the country and playing at different bars in Manhattan. Being just 23 years old, Alfredo was living the dream. Diana, Alfredo's girlfriend, had just enrolled at the military school to become a lieutenant. Nonetheless, some time after, she decided to drop. 2 years later, and living the rockstar life in the most important city in the world, Alfredo realized that it was time for him to get some discipline and decided to enroll the military police. It was October 2000, and Alfredo had just enrolled. But it was not the only event that will take place around that time. Walking around the Manhattan streets, October 12, 2000, Alfredo stops and watches the news. Osama bin Laden had just exploded a bomb. A terrorist attack to the USS Cole.
I want to express my deep sorrow at the explosion involving the U.S. naval vessel Cole in Yemen.
Almost a year later, it seemed to be a normal day, but that was the month of September. The day, the number 11.
I am in a situation with American to learn a possible hijack.
What's going on, Betty? The crap is erratic again. Problem, very erratic.
We all have heard the stories about September 11, but have you ever wondered what happens through the military eyes? Under extreme and critical circumstances, a large portion of the army is moved around and placed into different places. Alfredo spent about 72 hours without sleep. By this time, he was already hallucinating and daydreaming about his friends from childhood. Later on, he was transferred to the Pentagon without any type of access to either social media, TV, or radio. 2 months later, someone brought a small TV screen, and that's when Alfredo was able to watch for the very first time the Twin Towers falling down. The feeling, absolute rage. He started remembering the time that he spent with his wife Diana visiting Manhattan and admiring the beautiful architecture of the Twin Towers. He was feeling so bad. He was feeling horrible about all the victims who passed away in that terrible attack. Alfredo was then sent to Afghanistan. When they landed, they didn't know if they were in a different country or if they had traveled in time and they were back in the biblical times, where the society didn't have any type of access to resources or technology. Part of the military work during war is not necessarily on the battlefield. Alfredo's responsibilities included visiting local communities, talking to local people, being the guard of the military base, and also taking care of the jail that will host the captured Taliban. Alfredo developed a natural admiration for the local people. On his own words, they had everything against them: the weather, the government, the education. But they were still smiling and they were very charismatic. These were some of Alfredo's activities during 9 long months. 9 months away from home, away from his loved ones. But thankfully, without any type of scars. But his luck was about to change when he was sent to Iraq, where he spent just 14 days. It was April 11th when they received a call. Part of his team was being attacked. Immediately, they had to leave the base and support them. This is one of his most vivid memories. Being in the middle of the shooting, without any clue if he would make it alive. Thankfully, the Marine came to the rescue. And after an intense air attack, everything remained quiet. They spent 5 more nights being attacked, so they had to take turns and remove the bombs from the road so all the trucks with the supply could make it their way. One of these nights, they found a small city. All the lights were on. But suddenly, the darkness took over. Alfredo grabbed his pipe, put some tobacco in, and tried to light it so he could relax for a little bit. But when he was just about to roll down the window, a bomb gets his truck. The next he remembers is waking up surrounded by smoke and a lot of blood dripping from his head. Everyone with severe and serious injuries. When a bomb gets your truck and everyone is hurt, the only option you've got left is to tell them that they are gonna be alright, even though you don't really know, and pray to die. Because maybe that's a better option than being captured by the enemy. The medical assistance gets there right away, and they try to get him out, to a hospital in Baghdad. The helicopter is also being attacked. They don't really know if they are gonna make it to the hospital. Once in Baghdad, and safe for now, they decided that it's time to take them to a different hospital in Germany. When the plane lands in Germany, he felt that he was born again. The other two soldiers that traveled with Alfredo were seriously injured, but they were also successfully taken away from the battlefield. Once back in the US, Alfredo decided to retire as a veteran. But the question is, how to deal with that trauma? Alfredo tried different activities, including cooking lessons. But maybe this type of recovery is the hardest of all of them. Diana, trying to help her husband, got him a book for him to write every single thought that was crossing his mind, and promising that no one would ever read the words contained. Alfredo, as a musician, realized that his words had some type of musical rhythm. Alfredo decides to record his music. Diana takes the CD to Michelle Peterson, director of BlackBoxDance Theater, who gets fascinated by Alfredo's talent. Michelle, a professional dancer, gets a brilliant idea. She offers Alfredo to join her on a unique project. Alfredo would play his music while she dances to the rhythm of the song. The perfect communication between a dancer and a musician. They joined efforts and were able to bring this project to different hospitals and organizations supporting kids. In one of these events, there was a kid with no dancing partner. Michelle then decides to ask Alfredo if he would help him with some of the dance moves she had prepared for the class. Here is where Alfredo discovers a brand new world, the world of contemporary dance. But most importantly, he found the medicine to heal the wounds caused by the war. The year after that, Alfredo decided to ask Michelle if she would allow him to participate as a dancer on her company. Nowadays, Alfredo, Michelle, and BlackBoxDance Theater have a program that is focused on helping veterans and active military heal their wounds. We've got training to become a cop or a lawyer, and people identify with that, but they forget to be a human. We are not doctors, we are not counselors, but we believe that art does. Art does help heal. That's what saved my life, is the art, is dancing. I want to thank Alfredo for sharing his story. Also, make sure that you check out BlackBoxDanceTheater.org. They have awesome performances. Recovering from any type of injury can take a really long time. And remember that the people that you're surrounded by, it's also a critical factor. Follow us on Instagram as The Art of Listening Podcast and on YouTube as The Art of Listening. Let us know if you feel identified with this episode. We want to hear from you because we believe that your story deserves to be shared with the world. The Art of Listening Podcast.